The first time I tell people about this, they usually think I'm exaggerating, but I swear on everything it really happened. It was supposed to be just a normal road trip with my best friend, nothing more than a quick drive across a few states, blasting music, eating junk food, and talking about life. The car was old but reliable, and the roads at night had this eerie quietness that I never really thought much about. But that trip, especially what happened on the second night, changed the way I look at being alone on the road forever. We had left late, around 9 p.m., thinking it would be fun to drive overnight while traffic was light. The first few hours were easy. Just long stretches of highway, occasional gas stations, and miles of darkness. But as the night stretched on, the road seemed emptier and quieter, like the world had folded in on itself and left only the two of us driving through a void. At one point, I noticed the gas stations we passed were completely closed, lights off, not a soul around, and the further we went, the fewer signs of life we saw. Around midnight, the music in the car suddenly cut out. The Bluetooth just disconnected. At first we laughed it off, reconnected the phone, and kept going. But a couple of miles later, the headlights flickered for a second, just enough to make us notice. My friend joked, "Maybe it's a sign we should turn back." I laughed, but inside I felt a weird chill. By 1 a.m., the road narrowed into a stretch of woods with no streetlights, just our headlights cutting through the blackness. That's when I started noticing things in the trees. At first I thought it was my eyes playing tricks, shapes shifting in the branches, shadows moving in ways they shouldn't. I told myself it was deer. But then we passed a clearing, and I swear I saw someone standing just a few feet from the tree line. A tall figure, motionless, facing the road. My friend didn't see it, but I couldn't shake the image. The car felt different after that. Every time we looked in the rearview mirror, it seemed like the darkness behind us was heavier, thicker. At one point, I thought I heard a faint tapping sound from the back of the car, but when we pulled over to check, there was nothing, just silence. And that silence, it wasn't peaceful. It felt alive, pressing in on us. We got back in and drove faster, but then something really unsettling happened. As we rounded a curve, I noticed the same figure again, on the side of the road, in the exact same stance, tall, still, watching. This time my friend saw it too. "Did you see that?" he whispered. We didn't stop. We didn't even look at each other. We just kept driving, hearts pounding, trying to convince ourselves it was just some traveler, some coincidence. But deep down, we both knew it wasn't. And subscribe if you're still with me, because this is where it gets so much worse. The second part of the story begins about 30 minutes after that sighting. We had decided not to stop, not even for gas, until we reached the next city. But the car had other plans. Around 2 a.m., the gas light came on. We hadn't passed a single open station in hours, and the tank was draining fast. My friend spotted a faded wooden sign pointing down a side road. Fuel 5 miles. Against my better judgment, we turned. The side road was rough, narrow, and lined with thick woods that seemed to swallow the car. No lights, no houses, nothing. Just endless trees. And then finally a flicker of light ahead. Relief washed over me as we pulled into what looked like an old gas station. But something about it was off. The lights buzzed faintly. Only half of the sign was lit, and the windows were completely dark. Still, the pumps looked like they worked. So we pulled up. My friend got out to pump while I stayed inside, trying to calm down. That's when I saw it again. The reflection in the side mirror, someone standing at the edge of the lot, right by the trees. Too far to see clearly, but close enough to know they were staring. I froze. My throat went dry. Slowly I rolled the window up and locked the doors. When my friend got back in, I whispered, "Don't look now, but there's someone watching us." He glanced in the mirror and gasped. What the hell? The figure hadn't moved, just stood there, tall and stiff, head tilted slightly to the side. My friend floored it, and we sped off the lot without even checking the receipt. The road back to the highway felt longer than before, and every few seconds I swore I saw movement in the woods. Branches snapping, shadows darting between the trees. My friend didn't say a word, but his knuckles were white on the steering wheel. Then, the most terrifying moment of my life happened. As we finally reached the highway and merged back onto the empty road, I looked in the rearview mirror one last time, and I saw it. Not in the trees, not by the side of the road, but in the back seat, sitting directly behind us. I screamed, and my friend swerved so hard the car nearly spun out. When we looked back again, the seat was empty. Nothing there. Just the faint smell of dirt and something rotten lingering in the air. We drove the rest of the night without stopping once, not speaking a word, until the sun finally came up. To this day, I can't explain it. Was it a trick of the mind, exhaustion, paranoia? Or was it something else entirely, something that followed us from those woods? All I know is I never take night road trips anymore, and I never ever look too long into the trees. Like and subscribe if you want more stories like this, because I have plenty and some are even scarier.